Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Super. Hello. So nice to see you on here. How are you? Hope you're good. Everyone, please hit that like button as you guys come in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, hello. Hi, Bajan. Hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Yes, guys, please hit that like button. I have so much energy for y'all tonight. So please hit that like button. Don't let me have to beg for the likes today, honey. Please and thank you. So we have quite a bit to talk about today. Today, I'm just drinking water because I feel like I have been having a little bit of sugar lately. So I need to like take it super slow and I need to be on my best behavior when it comes to sugar. So I will just be having some water during the stream. But yeah, let me know what you guys are drinking tonight for those who may be drinking. I hope everybody is good. Let me see what y'all are saying. Yes, evening Bajan. I am good. I'm feeling so good today. Yeah, I'm feeling so good today. So, yeah, no complaints. But yeah, thank you so much for asking. Okay, guys. So, today we're going to be talking about a few different things. One, I want to talk about Kimmi was on Carlos King. And I want to talk about her perception of the fight that happened between her and Nell. As you guys know, over here we were calling out Kimmi because we felt like it didn't we just didn't understand why Kimmi seemed to have so much energy and vim for Miss Nell. And so this time around, she is basically giving us the tea. She is going to be letting us know exactly what happened from her perspective. To be honest, like it's not like we can hear from, at least on this one, we don't get to hear from Nell, so we don't know what is going to happen with that. But from Kimmi's perspective, it sounds like Kimmi believes that Miss Nell deserved it. So we will get into that a little bit more. Also, interestingly enough, Giselle and Robin seem to be in a legal battle. So we will be talking about that and sort of perspective on that. Um, whilst Kimmi was at Carlos King, she did also talk about. Let me just make sure I have the timestamp really quickly. Okay, I do have the timestamp for that. She did talk about some of you, I don't know if you guys all watch Bell Collective, but during the Bell Collective reunion, you would see that Marie and um her ex-husband Cedric, who she's now getting back together with, they basically talked, right? So and at the reunion, the guy had some stuff to say about women submitting and all of that. So Kimmi and Carlos and Dustin will be giving their opinions about that. So maybe we can watch that and talk about that as well. We do have some other things to talk about with Real Housewives of Potomac as well. So we will be getting into that and some Married to Medicine. All I ask from you guys, like I said, is please hit that like button. Let's not be stingy with the likes. Um and yeah, let's get into it. There is a clip that resurfaced of Kimmi hollering at Wanda. Oh, really? Was she shouting as well? Since she has such a huge thing about, oh, I don't want anybody to raise their voice at me. I don't like being shouted at. Was she shouting at Wanda? Because I think that's a very important thing to know. So, Super, let me know if she was shouting at Wanda. Um, Oh, so you don't watch Bell Collective? You're going to have to watch it, Bell Collective. Yes, absolutely. I think interestingly enough, I wish that Bell Collective will have more episodes because I actually enjoy Bell Collective more than I enjoy Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so I feel like if you guys are all up for it, maybe Bell Collective next season we can actually do more reviews and actually actively do reviews on Bell Collective if you guys will watch it. So That's what I think. But of course, you guys have to watch it for that to even be a thing. Okay, so the only person Kimmy don't shout at is Mr. Potato Head. That is so funny because usually when you have a little bit of a temper and you're always raising your voice at everyone, or you're able to raise your voice at everyone, it's quite surprising that you don't raise your voice at your man, which gives me the impression that you know how to temper your voice. You know how to make sure that you're not having a go at people. So the fact that you keep having a go at everyone, or let me not say everyone, because technically Kimmy does not get into a lot of verbal altercations with people, but I would say this time around it was definitely given a lot of energy for Nell that I just did not understand where that was coming from. Exactly, saying it triggers Akimi speaks with fork tongue. Yes, absolutely. I feel like we've seen her hold her own when it comes to speaking. I feel like there's also been so many incidents in the past where, like, even with there've been someone posted something in the comments, right? And the person was saying that the person was saying that in the past when Martel would be raising his voice at Melody, why didn't Kimmy say, "Oh no, don't do that"? Instead, Kimmy was still saying that he's a nice guy. And so when you think about it like that, it puts things in perspective. Do you really hate people raising their voice? Or is this just you, is this just you now trying to find an excuse because you know that you overreacted and everybody's out here looking at you like, what have you done? And so those are the questions that I have personally, because yeah. Tommy has joined the chat. Good evening. Good evening, Tommy. How are you? That's why people were saying on Insta, give BC more episodes. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Like, I feel like the quality of Bell Collective is so good compared to the nonsense of Love and Maritansville. Like, I'm tired of Love and Maritansville. If they can give us Bell Collective, more episodes of Bell Collective, I would be happy. Like, when I say you actually get to know the girls a little bit more. Also, they have a lot of events as well, which helps because it's like when the cast are constantly hanging out, there is more, there's more to talk about. Something is bound to happen at these cast events. And so that's why I just feel like Bell Collective definitely needs to tap into that and give us more episodes. Instead of wasting all of that energy on Love and Marriage Huntsville, let's put that energy into Bell Collective, in my opinion. I do think also it's quite interesting that when I was listening to Carlos, Carlos was basically saying that there's going to be a lot more breaks. So imagine the amount of breaks that Love and Marriage Huntsville has been on recently. Imagine that. Carlos is basically giving us some heads up that there's going to be even more breaks. And I'm just like, maybe they really are trying to phase it out because I don't understand why there's so many breaks. It's like, what exactly is the reason for so many breaks? Like, I understand, okay, two breaks, sure, or one break, right? One break, you start the first season, then end the season mid-season, and then come back, and that's it. But it feels like there's so many breaks, and it's almost like so random as well. You don't even know why they're happening. The next thing is like just random. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Super says Kimmy would never holler at Martel either. Absolutely. I feel like Kimmy definitely knows who to holler at. I think that she would never holler at Martel. She would never holler at what's her husband's name? Not Marcel. Maurice. So many M's. She's never going to holler at Maurice because she knows Maurice is probably going to like lose his ish and you know talking out the side of his neck. And so I feel like she definitely knows that she has to contain him. This is just my personal opinion. I feel like she probably thinks she has to contain him because every time she's speaking to him, even though you can tell from her tone that she is upset, she tries to still keep her voice low. So the volume is low, but you can tell from the tone and intensity that she is upset, right? And so I think that she probably knows it's not going to fly with Maurice. So she's like, yeah, nah. Guys, please hit that like button. Again, please, I do not want to beg for likes tonight. Please just hit that like button as you come in. Please and thank you. Super says Kimmi is a male identified pick me chick. Absolutely. I think that for me, when I noticed she was a pick me, was when she was talking about Martel being a nice guy. When she was talking about she didn't want to call the girl a side chick. Oh, she has a name. You had so much empathy for the side chick, but not the wife. You know, those are the things that I would say got me a little bit like, she's a pick me. She's a pick me and probably also has experience of being in that position because you have way too much empathy for the bird. So yeah, I will excuse me, I will say that. Um yeah, I would say the other thing I noticed is how she's always talking about how, you know, amazing Martel is. And I'm like, Martel has shown so many crazy things. He's shown us he's aggressive, the way he be walking up to women, all that kind of stuff. But yet she was always labeling him as Mr. Nice Guy. And so when she then says that now she doesn't like people screaming or raising their voice at her, it's like that's a bit of a reach because you didn't seem to mind it in the past when people were raising their voices around you. Even you were raising your voice to Nell in that situation as well. So yeah. Kimmi definitely is that. And also, when you see and listen to a lot of the things that she says, you can tell that she's definitely very, very pro men and very anti women, in my opinion. Bajan says the thing is in Love and Marriage Huntsville, apart from No Neck Nail, who actually has a business. Not No Neck Nail. I've never looked at her neck. And now, Bajan, I will never be able to look at her without looking at her neck. Like but yeah, that is true. Nell has a daycare business, at least we know that. The rest we don't actually know what they do. I think Kimmi talks about doing real estate, but I don't know. I've never seen enough for me to really think about her in real estate, and I guess Tisha as well. So yeah. But guys, thank you so much for those who have just joined in. We're currently just talking about Nell, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Kimmi, and then we will be playing some clips in a moment. But yeah, we're just talking about that. Please hit that like button as you come in. Don't be stingy with the likes. Thank you. Tommy thinks, I don't think they are confident in the show anymore. I completely agree. I think they are definitely moving like people who are not confident in the show. They're definitely looking at like people who think the show will get cancelled, or the show is in the process of being cancelled. And so it's no longer a priority for them. I feel like the show has been deprioritized. And so them putting up or putting out or having all these just putting out episodes without all these breaks, I don't know. Maybe they don't have no budget for it. I do not know what is going on with all the breaks. But yeah, I do think that they're no longer confident in the show. And I don't blame them because to be honest, I don't think the ratings are doing what the ratings need to be doing. I don't think there is a lot of interest there anymore. Um, a lot of the YouTubers are not really covering it anymore. The audience is slowly weaning off Love and Marriage Huntsville, if I'm being completely honest. I know a lot of times when I still talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, it brings people in, but we're also able to talk about a lot of other topics as well. There is one thing, maybe I'll talk about that later on. All them breaks and them unnecessary three-part reunions make it make sense. Absolutely. I feel like if they cut out all those breaks and reduce the number of episodes, I think people would appreciate it more. And if they provided quality over quantity, people would appreciate it more instead of all that long episodes where you're just like, okay, this is just dragging on. And then you can reduce everything to like a good 30 minutes. And so it's like people don't need all them breaks. Just reduce the whole show to, I don't know, a few episodes, cut out the break completely, Don't give us 3 parts reunion. 1 part reunion is enough. There really isn't enough that is happening on the show for it to require a 3 part reunion. That's what I think. So I really hope that on working on other shows that can definitely take the place of Love and Marriage Huntsville, because at the moment it definitely is not doing what it needs to do. Hey, Braylon. Hi, hi. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well. Now, guys, I probably should have mentioned that. Thanks, Braylon, for keeping me straight. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you. You guys know over here we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We don't even have Thanksgiving. So it didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. What's everyone's plans for Thanksgiving? Because I know some of y'all live in the US. Most of you live in the US. So what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Put it in the chat. Maybe I can live vicariously through you guys, since I am not going to be be spending or celebrating Thanksgiving. Sorry, I got distracted by my own comments. I don't think they're really getting breaks. Owen is not approving 30 episodes for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and they only got 16. Oh, plot twist. So you think that they're not getting breaks, and it's just that Owen is not approving them. So do you think that now, instead of 30 episodes, we're going to get 15 or 16? The thing is, I don't even know how many episodes we've had. Like, we Love and Marriage Huntsville, I don't even bother about like figuring out what episode we're on, because I always think with Love and Marriage Huntsville, I just go with whatever comes out. I don't pay attention to whether there's a break or whatever. If I go on the platform that I usually check to watch it and it's not there, I'm like, okay, I guess they're on a break. And that's how I usually find out about breaks. So I can only imagine how regular people who aren't like content creators actually do find out about breaks. Like, how do they actually find out about breaks? Do they find out like the rest of us when they keep changing the channel and nothing comes up for Love and Marriage Huntsville? Or what? They need to do better with that, with the whole thing about like announcing and letting people know. So yeah. So Tommy is saying, please let's get the likes to 15 likes. Please, 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 guys. Let's get it up to 15 likes. Please and thank you. Apparently, we only have 11 likes. To be fair, let's even get it up to 20. Let's not be stingy with the likes. Unless you guys want me to sing for y'all. And I don't be singing, but I may be out here like singing, don't be stingy with the likes. Don't be stingy with the likes. No, but on a serious note, guys, please let me know how to beg y'all, honey. Please hit that like button. Or whilst you're sleeping, I will show up in the middle of the night asking for my Thanksgiving meal. But seriously, hit that like button. Okay, what happened to potato head and legs, hips? This is the thing. I can never read legs and hips and body, because every time all I think about is breast, is always legs and hips and body, yada yada. Like, every time I see legs and hips, the next thing I'm singing that candy song about legs and hips and body. But anyway, what happened to potato head and legs, hips, and thighs mother? Didn't they buy her a house a few seasons back? Ooh. Interesting, did they? I completely forgot. Hmm. Okay, Super said, did I discuss Destiny yesterday? I don't think I went live yesterday, but I think on the day before, so I think Monday. Sorry, the days are all the same to me now. On Monday, yes, I did talk about Destiny, and I talked about like Destiny and like the show and her dating and all of that. So yeah, but I guess we'll get a little bit of time to like maybe brush up on it a little bit when we start talking about Carlos Kings and everybody's perspective on the whole submission business. Actually, I don't think I have a timestamp for the Destiny, for the part about Destiny dating, but maybe I can find it if you guys are interested in that. Or is there anything else that's happened to Destiny outside of her dating shenanigans? Braylon said, I bet if they went to BravoCon, they would be regular people. Yep. regular people, boring people, everybody would just be like, who are these people? No star quality, starless. Literally, starless is what it's absolutely given. Tommy says, but honestly, the show is actually so boring. Absolutely. It's extremely boring. I don't really get, like, low key, I'm like, don't they have some sort of like a quality check where somebody is watching it and saying, no, no, this ain't it, guys. We need to do better. Like, they really need to do something about it. It is dry. It is so boring. But I guess what I will say is for like people listening, it's funny because I post Love and Married Huntsville, people complain about me posting Love and Married Huntsville. But every time I post stuff about like Real Housewives of other things, where's the views? Where's the likes? And I'm like, what's going on, y'all? You'll complain if I do Love and Married Huntsville, but when I post Real Housewives of Potomac stuff, you guys don't be watching it. It's like, what? Help me. Help me help the channel at this point. But anyway, Tommy says, guys, let's get to 20 likes. We only have 12 likes. Guys, please. Unless you all want me to be singing, don't be stingy with the likes. Don't be stingy with the likes. Don't be stingy with the likes. Okay? But yeah. Yeah, Bajan is also telling you all happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful time, guys. Probably why they're contemplating bringing Ariane on. Yep, I definitely feel like it's given that they want to bring her on by any means necessary. And will that happen? I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of weeks or maybe months. Maybe after this season, if this season doesn't work well, they may feel like they have to shock everybody and like bring, do something up. So yeah. Tommy is also saying happy Thanksgiving. Bajan says, normal day for me, don't celebrate in the UK. I didn't even know you're in the UK, Bajan. Ah, interesting. Where in the UK are you? Well, only if you want to tell the people. Don't give them your address. But oh wow. I'm also jealous of Thanksgiving in the US. You and me both. I feel like it would be nice to have someone cook for me. Of course, I'm probably not going to be cooking nothing, but if I had friends that were celebrating Thanksgiving, I could literally go over there, eat, show you guys some food, and come back home so full, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any friends in the UK that celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe I need to meet some more American people in the UK. I need to go and be out here looking for some American friends. Okay. That's gonna be on my next list, on my next list of skills. So at the moment, I'm learning Spanish. So if any of y'all are like Spanish speakers, I want to help me with my Spanish learning, please reach out to me or start speaking Spanish in the comments. I can bet I would not know what you guys are talking about, but hopefully after the live, I can go back and like try to learn how try to use Google Translate to figure out what you're telling me. But I am trying to learn Spanish. Is one of the skills I'm really trying to get into, guys. But anyway, I don't know how I started talking about Spanish from Thanksgiving to Spanish. Not Peasant and her years old braces. One day, I need someone to help her remove the braces. like, send her over there to the doctors. I'm not saying be violent, honey, no, but send her over there to the dentist, get them to remove the braces. Somebody needs to pay for it. I would have thought that she would have removed it now. It's been so many years. Super said what was the number of the past episode. I'm glad Bajan was there to respond because I had no idea. You see, Tommy keeps me straight. Tommy says we had a video on Destiny that went live yesterday too. Thanks, Tommy. You see, I forgot completely. This is why y'all can't rely on what I'm saying. Like, I completely forgot. But yes, there was a video that went live on Destiny yesterday. So please, guys, if you guys haven't watched that after this live, please go back on the channel and watch that. I think we also put out Potomac as well. even if you're not interested in Potomac, if you just go over to that video and like just like and hype the video, it would be helpful because I think I'm trying to really get into the algorithm for other things other than Love and Maritinsville. It feels like Love and Maritinsville, I'm all there in the algorithm. But when it comes to other things like Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm not in there yet. So please, if you are able to hype the video, go over, watch my Potomac stuff and hype it, please. Thank you. Okay, so Tommy is saying we only have 13 likes. Please hit that like button as you join in. Let's get to 20 likes. So please, let's not be stingy. Hit that like button as you come in. So, no, just the fact that not one man spoke up to defend her honor when we wanted to know if she was easy. Oh, yes, we talked about it. Absolutely. That's what we talked about. We talked about that. And I was very, very disappointed in the way the men were just hee ha ha and laughing about it. And I was disappointed, but I wasn't shocked. Like these Love and Married Huntsville people. We know what they're on, we know what they're about, so I definitely was not shocked that nobody said anything. But it was just crazy how this man was saying, like, she has one night, or, people have one. I don't know how, I can't remember how he said it, but he said something about having one night to prove themselves. I'm like, are you okay, sir? How old are you? Like, they were moving around, like, you know how like little teenagers would be like gathering around talking about like their newest crush or the girl that they are now dating and stuff. Very embarrassed. And you should see the way Martel was so happy, was laughing, pushing his head back and kicking and laughing. I was like, dude, that's supposedly meant to be your friend and sister. What a joke. Braylene said, people are here because they want to be here. Bravo has more content. Keep doing what you're doing. Real Housewives of Potomac is hotter than Love and Maritinsville. Thank you so much, Braylene. I really appreciate it. I think like sometimes you just get to a point where you're like, oh, I put out really good content, and it can get a little bit disappointing if you feel like you're not getting as much engagement as your content should. But that's the thing. Like, I just have I guess I'm never going to be one of those people that will be out here coming out over here to like curse people out and stuff. Not saying, there's anything wrong. If that's what you want to do, that's your style. But I have a different style. So I also understand, like, that's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. Wasn't our introduction a picture on a hoodie? Oh, yeah, it was. All she got was a picture on a hoodie, a picture underneath a hoodie, because he was actually wearing a hoodie to cover it up until somehow I think somebody told him to remove the zip or something like that. So I suspect that if someone didn't say that, maybe we wouldn't have even seen the hoodie or we wouldn't have seen the t-shirt to begin with. So yeah, but I guess that's their way of prepping us. They're trying to prime us to experience. They're trying to prime us to experience that, to be completely honest. So Tommy is learning French. Oh, fantastic. I wish I could say fantastic is in French, but yeah, sorry. But fantastic. That's amazing. How are you finding it? Because I hear French is a hard language, but maybe you might find it easier because like most of people in Nigeria grew up learning French as one of their subjects. So maybe you're finding it easier. Because I have found that in the past when I was trying to learn a little bit of French, yeah, I found that a little bit easier than Spanish because I didn't have any sort of background on it. But for some reason, I think the bit about French that was the weirdest was because I read to pass French in secondary school, I feel like if I was given a test, I would pass it, but I can't speak it. Like it's actually the weirdest thing. I remember doing a when I wanted to start learning French, I remember doing a an exam or something just to test and decide what class to put me in. And then they said, "Oh, because of this, they'll put me in like intermediate class." I was like, "Girl, no, put me in beginner." But anyways, I didn't go ahead with French. I ended up just doing learning Spanish, well, which I am learning at the moment. Tommy says, let's get the likes up to 25 likes. We have only 15 likes. So the likes are not matching the amount of people. So please, Unless you guys want me to keep talking about the likes, because I'm not going to stop talking about the likes. So if you don't want me to continue talking about the likes, just hit the like button, please. Thank you. Or the dislike button. Either one works. Super says now Dusty knows how Mel felt. Dusty's a pass around. Oh, not Super, sorry. Bajan says, you know, them men have also scored her. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. Tommy is saying you guys need to watch Potomac is such a great show. I completely agree. I am definitely enjoying Potomac. Um, Even the other day I was trying to watch the whole season of Potomac. Maybe let me ask Bajan. Bajan, do you watch Potomac? Now that I know you're in the UK, do you watch Potomac? And where do you watch Potomac? Maybe send it to me on Instagram DM if it's one of those places you don't want to publicly let us know where you're watching it, because I want to go back and watch the earlier seasons of Potomac. And I thought it would be on like Amazon. It wasn't on Amazon. Um I checked Paramount. It wasn't on Paramount, and I also checked Netflix, but it was like they had all these other um they had it on all these other they had other franchises, just not the Potomac one, and that just confused me. So I don't know where to watch the historic seasons of Potomac, because I just think it'll be a good watch to watch it back from season 1. Tommy says it's so interesting. Yes, I agree. Completely find it very interesting. Super says, I'm interested in all shows except Married to Medicine. Now I want to know, why don't you want to watch Married to Medicine? Let me know why you don't want to watch Married to Medicine. Oh, now I can see you've responded to somebody. I'm not watching Married to Medicine or reviews because of Heavenly and Quad. I completely agree. They are so annoying. Absolutely so annoying. I don't even know how they I know like the audience love them, and it's crazy because I'm just like, I find them so exhausting. That's the best way. Exhausting, performative. I like people that things come effortless too. It doesn't feel like they're constantly putting on. And I feel like Quad and a bit to always sounds like fun or sound like she can read. A lot of her reads don't land with me, and yeah, I just find her, yeah, annoying. And then with Heavenly, I just find that Heavenly takes things way too far. Um, but to be honest, I'm gonna cover Married to Medicine as well, because I feel like sometimes it can be a good like show to cover. But I hope like interesting things happen on the show, not just like um Heavenly and maybe not Todd, Toya going at it. Yeah, it would be nice. Tommy says, exactly. I did learn French in high school, so it's not hard to catch up on. Yes, exactly. That's what I found. But more like with written French as opposed to spoken French. But let me know how you get on though. Bajan says, Stacy eating them women up on Real Housewives of Potomac. She sure is. She sure is. I don't like her lying ways, but she is eating them up. Tommy is back again. She's not letting up with you guys. Let's get the likes to 25 likes. We only have 17 likes. So please, let's get the likes up. Thank you. Heavenly makes the show exhausting, but sometimes it's a good show. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that Heavenly definitely makes it exhausting. It's just like, oh, I remember like a lot of people used to call her hellish, like, and I can understand that because she is just so exhausting. Like, it's like, what are we doing, sis? So yes, I would say I've definitely always found Heavenly very exhausting, not gonna lie about that. So yeah, but it is sometimes a good show. I agree with that as well. I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of storylines we're going to get this season. I would like to see a storyline that does not involve Dr. Eugene working, doing another job, or doing extra stuff. Like, it would be nice to see Dr. Eugene being in his, like, I don't know, be in a bit more relaxed, in a bit more of a relaxed state, to be completely honest. Because I think every season we're always seeing him working and stuff. Um, Bajan says you got a platform on here. But yes, yes. So Brayling is actually a content creator on YouTube, guys. So please go over there and support him and check out his YouTube channel. Okay, I think I read this. Bajan says I'm naughty. I've got cinema. Oh, I did not even know about cinema. But I'll go back and see if I can find cinema. I did not know about cinema, so I'll go over there and have a look. This week I watched Potomac on her YouTube. Soon as it comes through my feed, I watch it. Oh, I see. Okay. So when you say you've got cinema, is cinema like a YouTube channel or is it a like what is cinema? Yeah, I'll be curious on that. What is cinema? Super says I don't like nasty foul mouthed women. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I think especially with Heavenly, Heavenly just takes it to hell. Like there's no reason for you to constantly be bringing people's mamas up in there, especially when like the mama didn't do nothing to you. And it's like if people wanted to take it straight to hell with you, they could also be saying your mama, right? Um, so I feel like that's also something to. Sorry about the call. Let me just let my cousin know. Um. I'll call you. 1 second, guys. Right. Okay. So yeah, makes sense. Sorry, that distracted me. Um. Okay. Let me see the comments. Pageant says the plot thickens. Stacy has been vindicated with the Chris's thing. Saw it earlier on here. Oh, please send it to my DMs because I don't think I've seen Stacy being vindicated. Tommy, did you send that to me? Did you send that to me? Please let me know if you sent that to me. And guys, please hit that like button. Hit that like button because your had Tommy texting me saying people are not hitting the like button. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Honestly, please. Thank you. I don't know what's happening today, y'all. It's like you all really want me to beg. Like, what is going on, honey? Like it's given, please hit that like button. Maybe we need to have an intermission song where if you don't hit the like button, we're going to be like play random music in the meantime. So yeah, oh that's funny. Okay. Braylon says NBC Peacock and I can DM you a link of how you can watch it. Oh, Braylon, you are so fabulous. Please send it over to me in the DMs. Really, please. Cause honestly, I feel like I could use that. Not gonna lie, I could use that. Because sometimes I want to watch stuff and it's just like, oh, everything just feels like harder to watch, or you have to wait for a certain website to have it and then everyone else is talking about it. So because sometimes you get it a little bit later for us in the UK. So yeah, can be a bit different. Well, get ready because Dr. Eugene is traveling and working to oh god. And sometimes 5 hours away from home. He's gone for 5 days. Oh my gosh. So he's traveling and working 20. Wow. Wow. And sometimes going 5 hours away for a job is crazy. Like, that is too much. Like, at some point, and I hope that Toya is telling him to take it easy and chill because there's no way I would be okay with my man going over to work 5 hours away from home, especially if he has to drive there, right? If it's a plane, and it's an occasional thing where maybe once in a blue moon he gets on a flight for, business trip or whatever, sure. But 5 hours away from home constantly, that is crazy work. It's like what could be the reason? Why? So yeah, no, that's a bit weird, I will say. I have to upload cinema or use Fire Stick or wherever you use. Oh, I see. Okay, so I have an Android phone. So when I get off live, so I'll go get my Android phone because that's just like the random phone I watch stuff on. So I will go get the um Android phone and then see if I can download cinema on it. Let me even have a look because at some point, like someone downloaded a bunch of like random apps for me. And so maybe I need to find, oh, Cinema HD. Can you believe I have it on the Android phone that I don't use? That is crazy. At least now I know, so I can add that to where I watch stuff. But yeah, thank you so much, sis. That's helpful. Oh, is it? Oh, you didn't see that either. Oh, that's fine. I'll go have a look. I think I found the link that you're referring to on Nerd Chaser. So yeah, I'll share that at some point soon as well. Okay. But yeah, Braylon, yes, please. Please drop the link. Thank you. Super said the pay for traveling doctors is crazy though. Is it? How much money are we talking about? Let me know if I need to go and train to be a doctor. Do they do the same for lawyers or just doctors? Because if they do that for lawyers, yeah, gotta get on that ASAP. That is so funny. Okay. It's funny how all of what we said we're going to talk about, we haven't even started, but it's been fun like chatting it up with you guys in the comments. Um, okay, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Um, yeah, I will share my screen with you guys. Oh, I definitely have a lot of tabs open per usual. Is this surprising? But yeah, I want to share my screen. So, first of all, let me just shout out to fair commentary, fair use policy, all that good stuff. You know, I'm not trying to pass off the content as my own. I do usually listen to stuff in fast speed, but maybe for you guys, so you guys can hear it a little bit, I'll put it on 1.45 so it's not too fast. But yeah, let me know if you guys feel like the speed isn't good for you. But I want you guys to listen to what is being said because I think it's very, very important.
Like fundamental journaling, vlogging and fans.
First of all, can you guys hear the video that I'm playing? Because I know one time it's happened when I was playing a video and you guys couldn't hear. So let me know if you guys could hear the video that I just played. I'll give you guys a second to confirm. Maybe just put a 1 in the chat so I know that you can hear the video.
Mm-hmm. Anytime you see the entire cast.
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you could hear it. Let me know before I continue playing it. And in the meantime, whilst I'm waiting for someone to confirm that, please hit that like button, everybody. Please hit that like button. I'm just going to keep this over here so that everybody can remember to hit that like button. So yeah, guys, let me know if you can hear the video. Okay, so no one has confirmed yet, so I don't know if there's a delay because sometimes that happens as well. But if you guys can hear the video, okay, so I see some ones. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Sometimes it takes a while for the ones to come in. Like so, but yeah, no, I've seen the ones now. So thank you guys. So now let me play it so you guys can hear it.
Anytime you see the entire cast, we've been there for 4 to 6 hours.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Kimmi is basically relaying what happened because we saw Kimmi basically going in on Nell, right? And so Kimmi is basically trying to give us a little bit of context as to what happened from her perspective. So we're going to get into it. So I'll be playing it. I have to pause it each time and give my commentary for copyright reasons.
Mm-hmm. 4 to 6 hours, the entire cast, easy. And so when you see a 20-minute clip, to be sure that there's things that are missing. And so as you watch and you listen and you say, well, Kimmi popped off for nothing. Did she?
Right.
Well, I'll be one of the people that said, yeah, she did pop off for nothing, right? I'll be one of those people that said it was definitely giving the impression that she was popping off and we didn't know why she was popping off. So I guess now she's trying to clear it up or clear it up for us because it was definitely very confusing. It wasn't giving the impression that, yeah, it definitely wasn't giving the impression that like she was just, yeah, like she was unbothered and Nell was coming for her. But she's trying to at least give us context as to how she feels. So I guess we'll have to see and we can decide whether we believe her or not.
Right. Right.
Well, tell us, because the thing is this, it just so the world, because the world thinks I'm this magician. Kimmy's right. So the thing is, we film an all-cast event, or so it's at least 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So what's funny is, so Dustin, I'll get the 1 hour version of the episode. Mm-hmm. Mm. So that's off period too. But Kimmy, like, so explain to us, Kimmy, which is why I love having you guys on. What led up to you threatening to push Nell in the pool that you felt wasn't completely?
And that's the thing. It really is a threat, right? And you would listen to the way Kimmi would respond to this, and you realize that, yeah, I'm not quite sure she really sees how serious it is that what it is that she's saying. You can't just threaten to dunk somebody in a pool. That is aggressive language, ma'am.
Sean, go ahead, Dustin.
Dump her in the pool. That's what she was like. It was the dump. I was like, that's key. The dumping is what made it,
So here's the thing. I was extremely frustrated by that point, and it came from frustration. The evening had actually gone fairly well, like for the most part. The games, y'all saw Marceau and Martell, like, fighting for the spoons. No, there was no altercations. So all of that kind of went pretty smooth until I was of the impression that if Tisha and Nell spoke, that they would actually have a better understanding of the situation, because I was.
Okay, so she's trying to let us know from her perspective, it was all seeming like things were good at first. Bajan says Kimmi sounding aggressive and shouting. Yes, that's the thing. Like, even the way she's relaying it, you could tell she's being very spirited about it. And yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, you had so much energy for Nell, and even with her explanation, I didn't really still feel like it was still warranted, but maybe that's just me. Kimmi is actually complaining about her edit. Yes, she is. And complaining right there in front of her boss. Ain't that funny? Complaining right there in front of her boss. But the thing is, I will say she did it in a way that was very, very well done. And I will tell you why I say it's very well done. She literally said, guys, if we're filming for 4 hours, of course they're going to have to edit it. So she basically threw them a bone, right? As opposed to saying, well, they didn't edit it properly, blah, blah, blah. She indirectly was blaming edits, but she knew how to clean it up. And Carlos did not even pick up on it. Carlos was just there laughing. So it's obvious that he did not even pick up on that at all.
Actually at the first dinner when Nell said from her mouth anything that had transpired as far as her leaving LA. Mm-hmm. And so when Destiny brought back to us that she said Tisha was lying, I said, and I literally, it took Nell maybe 10 or 15 minutes to even agree to go outside and have the conversation.
Yeah, maybe she don't want to talk. Maybe she's just trying to have a good old time and she knows you guys will be on some BS. Wasn't she right? Like, it's just like, isn't it funny talking about it? She didn't really want to talk. Of course, maybe she didn't really want to talk because she knew every cast event is always an opportunity for some BS to happen. Yeah. So yeah, she gets on my last nerve. I feel you on that one. Super says I can't stand her voice. Yeah, it's almost like she picks different personalities within her voice. I don't know how to explain it. Like 1 minute she's like, oh yeah, and then she takes it up, and so sometimes you don't really know, you don't know how to place her. Bajan says, Kimmi, you forgot some season ago you said you would never be friends with Rasputia thick dog. No, you're thick as thieves. Oh, that is so interesting. You're right. And Bajan is always clocking it. Bajan will clock it. Bajan will remember it. I love that. I love, love, love that. But yeah, you are right. She did say that ages ago. That she and never go and be friends or be cool with Wanda, and then look at them now. Super said Carlos picked up on it. Did he? I thought like he didn't. I thought yes, he knew she was a little salty with the editing, but I didn't think that he really was like, you know how sometimes when cast members come on the show and they talk about editing, I noticed that he gets very defensive. With Kimmi, he didn't really get very defensive, and that's why I thought that even though he knows that she was being a bit shady, he didn't take offense to it in the way in which he would always take offense when other people talk about editing. Remember when, who was it that went over there and was talking about editing, and Carlos was not having any of it at all? So I feel like some of the people that show up over there on his channel, when they talk about editing a bit more blatantly, he is always very, very obviously against it. And he is clearly not playing with them. So I'm like, yeah, maybe in those situations as well. Legend says, I'd love to send a question to Carlos Queen for when they have the reunion directed at Kimmi about people shouting triggers her. This is, I think you should. I think put it in his comments on Instagram and see if he picks it up, because he may actually pick it up. If you put it in his comments on Instagram, maybe he might, because Carlos is one of us. Carlos be in the YouTube streets, in my opinion, and in the social media streets. So I would say absolutely put it in his comments, and he probably will see it and may decide to ask that as part of the questions.
Really?
And I said, I think it's just a misunderstanding. Like, I literally think it's a misunderstanding because you told us this. Like, you told us this. And I think if y'all talk, you'll see she wasn't trying to be malicious. She just regurgitated what you said, like what you said. And she wasn't lying. I mean, y'all.
So when Kimmi kept saying she wasn't like lying, my thing is, she wasn't lying. Okay, but Nell didn't exactly say that she was lying anyway, right? Nell said, yes, I said that, but I just think that I said what I said, really. Like, yeah, don't F with me. That's it. Like, mind your effing business. That is it. So it was almost like, as long as you mind your business, I don't have no issues with you. But I feel like the rest of the girlies just wanted to have an issue, and they were really like hounding it. But the truth is, I would have also been irritated. Like, I already said, mind your effing business, or, keep my name out of your effing mouth or whatever. I said what I said. If you keep my name out of your effing mouth, then we have no beef. But if my name is in your mouth, then we have beef, right? So I don't really think like Nell doxed that or anything. I think she owned that.
I saw it. She wasn't lying because that's what we were told at the dinner. And so when we went out, it was very low key. It was very low key. And I think the energy immediately changed when Tisha asked Nell, well, why'd you leave LA?
Mm-hmm.
Even though her tone wasn't elevated at the moment, when she said, it's none of your business.
But here's the thing. Why are you asking the lady when she already told you why she left LA? Why are you asking her again? You're the same person that she was asking about your husband, and you said you were basically given like it's none of her business. So of course she does not want to hear anything that you have to say. She doesn't. So it's just like she does not want to hear what you have to say. And I don't blame Nell for that. Because you guys keep whatever it is you don't want to talk about, but you want to talk about every other person's business. So no, I'm allowed to be like, no, I'm going to keep some things for myself, since you lot are always keeping some things for yourself. Simple. I think that's why Miss Nell was like, I'm not getting back into it with these people. They don't be telling their business. Why do I have to be telling my business? That's what I think it is. But guys, for those who have just come in, you're welcome. Please hit that like button. We are going through some of what Kimmi had to say about the clips that were not shown of the altercation or verbal altercation between her and Miss Nell. So yeah, please hit that like button as we go through the clips. She's mean, fake, and a pick-me-sha. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, No Neck knows how Mel felt. Season when Mel left No Neck, wanted acceptance from them. Now they're switching on her. No sympathy here. Bajan, you hit the nail on the head. I was talking about this on Monday and I said the way they are treating Nell is the way they treated Mel. And it's so sad because Nell was part of the people because she did not ride enough for Mel. She did not ride for Mel. And now she's experiencing what Mel experienced. And it's so sad because, of course, I always feel bad for anybody that is in that kind of situation. But it's like you are now reaping part of what you have sown. You're now seeing what Mel had to deal with, and which is why the millimeters were birthed, because everyone could see what Mel had to deal with, but you lot, right? But you that was meant to be her friend. So yeah, it's sad that she's going through that, but I completely understand you feeling like, yeah, you ain't got no empathy for her because, you know, Nell did what Nell did when Mel was going through her stuff. At this point, Tommy is crying, guys. The moderator is crying because you guys have been so stingy with the likes. So she is saying, we have 20 likes finally. Let's get to 25 likes. So please hit that like button. Thank you very much. Bajan says, Kimmi lied when Mr. Potato Head got arrested. The lies between both of them. Exactly. And I feel like that's the thing, right? Everyone feels like they're entitled to withhold information. Everyone on the cast. And if you notice, Nell has been one of the more transparent one among all of them. Because Tisha ain't transparent about nothing, especially nothing to do with Marceau, her marriage, nothing like that. She's not really transparent. Kimmi is not transparent about her, Maurice, the marriage, all of that. They're all not being transparent, in my opinion. And so I feel like it's so obvious that they want to do Nell the way they did Mel. And I also noticed that they are making parallels by making it seem like maybe Nell just doesn't like us because of something, you know. And I'm like, nah, she doesn't like you because the way you guys move is crazy. And you guys have done this before and are doing it again. That's just what it is. That's the only reason she doesn't like you. Tyreshan says the Scots need to go. I completely agree. And I think the reason they need to go is because the fact that both of them are on the show, both the ladies and then both the men, it's like with the ladies in particular, it's able to significantly shift the dynamic. And I feel like that's part of why Nell probably feels that she's being ganged up against. Because think about it. If on both ends, yeah, think about it. If on both ends it's like you're getting it from Tisha, then Kimmi is chiming in. It's annoying. It feels like, yes, they're tag teaming you. Whereas if they weren't Scots, only one of them will be dealing. Everyone else would be quiet, right? And so I can understand how Nell can feel like you lot are tag teaming me. You guys are jumping in together on the bandwagon to come at me, right? Which is completely unnecessary. So yeah, I definitely get where Nell is coming from. Super says, I don't feel bad for Nell. She doesn't owe them any explanation. That baby is under CPS at the time. Oh, was she? Oh, allegedly. I think it's the baby with Lance. So Lance's latest baby. Oh, allegedly. Okay. Interesting. In that case, I can understand why Nell did not want to talk about it. I can understand why Nell did not want to talk about it. It's like there's no point in talking about it in that case, especially when the others are not transparent. It's like, why do I have to tell all my business when the others can get away with not saying nothing? No, I'm not going to do that. Hey Rock, hey Rock G, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Super says they don't want to speak on their business. Absolutely. Completely agree. They don't want to speak on their business. That is the last thing these people want to talk about. And it's just like, yeah, but why are you in other people's business? If you guys don't want to talk about your business, all right, cool. But the fact that you're now in other people's business, knowing fully well you don't want to talk about your business, is what is crazy to me. Absolutely bonkers. Tommy says no neck. Who is babies under CPS? Oh yeah. My understanding is, but Supra will correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is she's referring to Lance's recent baby. Tarishan says Kimmi forgot she was in a shouting match with Wanda. That's the thing. People be forgetting all these things sometimes, which is why I love the fact that the internet does not forget. The internet will bring out the clips. The clips will resurface from somewhere. It's looking a bit scary because it's like, yo, you can't even say nothing wrong because those clips will be picked up and brought back out. Okay. So yeah. But yeah. I do get about the whole shouting match, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, it's just, I think that whole sob story about not liking when people are shouting or whatever, I think she realized that she overreacted and she knew that the fans will eat her up. And so her trying to clean it up is the way that she's deciding to go about it.
The whole energy on the patio was just different. And it just kind of, it permeated. There was even a moment.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was given that you guys were constantly, trying to ask her questions and get into her business, knowing fully well you guys don't be sharing anything. I would be annoyed too.
When she said Letitia Scott, and she said Letitia Scott, and I think that it was Trisha who said, "Well, why'd you say Letitia Scott? Don't you say that when you're mad?" Lernell, like she said it like that, and she said, "Yes. Why would you say that to me?" So then they almost got into it. And Trisha was like, "Whoa, like, what is this?" And Nell looked at her.
Yeah, because mind your business. Like, everything that she is saying right now is definitely making me even side with Nell the more. That is the funniest thing. Because I'm thinking, if Trish supposedly also got into it with Nell, saying, "Oh, why are you saying this? That means you're mad." Why say anything? She's already heated. Why must you also interrupt to add your own little 2 cents and then antagonize the lady? It's like some of these people don't realize how they contribute to like the dysfunction. It's like you are definitely contributing to the dysfunction. Nell told Carlos on his live that Lance and the baby were at the house at first and then they went back to at her house at first and then they went back to his house. Yeah, indeed. They need to do a revamp of the whole show, like bring new faces. Yes, I definitely agree. I think that if they do a revamp and bring new people, definitely make sure that you can't bring two people that know each other. Or even if you bring two people that know each other, let them not be family. Let it be that they just know of each other, they run around in social circles, as opposed to actually being family members. Because I feel like that sense of loyalty is ruining the show. It really is ruining the show. I think the earlier seasons were more enjoyable because Kimmi was an outlier. She wasn't necessarily tag teaming with Tisha. But I think that once Kimmi and Tisha decided to get into some sort of alliance against Mel, everything just went to S from there. So I feel like moving forward, if you're going to build people that know each other, let it be that they know of each other, they've been around spaces, but not necessarily that they have a sense of loyalty or that title, their family. Because I feel like it just makes it unnecessarily tricky and we end up in this situation where it's so unevenly balanced. So let me see. Tiresian says, yes, I agree, trying to clean it up. Agreed. Tisha definitely got bolder once Kimmi started supporting her. Completely agree. I agree with everything within me. If I could even escalate the comments and be like, put some claps right next to it, I would. But yeah, I definitely agree with that because once Tisha realized that Kimmi was riding for her and everything she was saying, she was backing her up, Tisha was constantly piping up towards people. because now she doesn't have to deal with it alone. She doesn't have to deal with the repercussions by herself. But I think that is so annoying because it's like now it's always Tisha and Kimmi versus whoever it is, as opposed to like one versus the other, one, right? So yeah, very very odd. Super says they literally tried to tag team her. Yes, exactly that. They tried to tag team her and it did not work. Nell was like, nah, I am going off the rails before I let y'all tag team me. And the thing about Nell is Nell sees the BS and Nell calls the BS out. Nell is not out here trying to be like politically correct. Nell is calling out the BS. And I think that is why things escalated quite a bit. So, hey guys, I know like a bunch of people have just come in. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. We're currently talking about some Love and Marriage Huntsville tea, but we do have quite a lot of things to talk about. So make sure you watch until the end and hit that like button again. Once again, thank you so much. Okay. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Super. They were definitely trying to tag team her. That is what they were trying to do. Nell saw it, Nell called it out, and then everyone wanted to act oblivious. Like, no, why are you saying we're tag teaming? No, that's exactly what you guys did. Kimmi forgot she called Mel bougie. The best clap back Mel gave her was when Mel told her, basically, you and Jaylene don't have the same name. Ooh. And that did sweet me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, definitely I think that Kimmi has always been a hater of Mel, in my opinion. I feel like yeah, I yeah, it's so sad. And it's funny because a lot of people liked Kimmi from the start, and I really couldn't understand why people liked her to begin with. Like, yes, I liked how she would articulate herself, but I just was not like loving her the way people were loving her. But people were loving her. They used to call her the level-headed one and stuff. And it's so interesting seeing how she moves now and how I guess her true character has come out after all these years. It's like the truth of the matter is you can't pretend forever. You can pretend to be something you are not, but eventually the truth will catch up and the world gonna find out. It's only a matter of time, right? So I'm definitely not surprised that eventually the people found out that like, the people found out that she ain't really about what she says she's about. So yeah, very, very sad, though, I will say that. I can't believe Mel left and they didn't bother to bring in a new couple. Yep, absolutely. But the thing also is like, who are they going to bring in? Right? Who are they going to bring in? I don't think, maybe for those of you, I don't know, people, if any of you live in Huntsville, do you know anybody that you think can come in and like, I don't know, step up for Love and Marriage Huntsville? Like, do you think people in Love and Marriage Huntsville actually would love the idea of even being on the show? Because I think sometimes people in this community may not even like the idea of the show. So they don't like the idea of the show. You're probably not going to get a lot of new people trying to join to begin with. Tisha always starts ish and then somebody else takes it up with the person. Yep. It's the same way, like she starts ish and then eventually Wanda comes in and sets things off, like I think Tisha is probably just one of those people who start things and other people basically gives the baton and everybody else picks it up for her and runs with it. That's the vibe I get. Thick tongue can't get bold with little teeth. Bajan can read, okay? I feel like if they say to me, like, call somebody up over here on the channel that can read somebody real quick, I'll be like, Bajan, pull up. Kimberly is such a big disappointment. Hershey, you did not lie. You did not lie. And it's so sad because I'm like, she didn't start off that way, but it's so obvious that she is definitely getting to that point now. So sad. Trishan said, I just posted 2 videos on my page of Kimmi yelling the loudest she can. Did you? First of all, I didn't even know you have a. Do you have a YouTube channel or is it like an Instagram page? If you put the link in the chat, maybe we can, pull up your video and watch it. Don't copyright strike me, by the way. But yeah, like if you put the link in the chat, then maybe we can watch it and quickly play maybe a little bit of the clip so we don't get in trouble. But yeah, let me know if you want us to do that and just put it in the chat. Tommy says that's literally rage baiting. Yes, absolutely. And I feel like they do that a lot. And I think they know that Nell has a fiery temper. And so when I see the things that they are doing, it's so obvious. It's like back in the day, right? If you guys remember, there was a clip where it was Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was at the time where Portia used to throw hands, right? So she was at a dinner with a bunch of the girls from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Apparently, Phaedra had told the Kenya that Portia was going to anger management and will want to talk to the girlies about it. So the next thing, they're at the table, they're asking about her anger management. Of course, she starts to get irritated, does not want to talk about anger management. Then she picks up her stuff and leaves the dinner or leaves the outing. I don't know if it was a dinner. I think it was just a hangout or whatever. So she leaves, and guess who starts following her? Kenya. And it was like Kenya was following her and still taunting her. And that's the thing, yeah? When people are angry and they get up and leave them alone. If you follow them and they tell you to leave them alone, leave them alone. If you don't do that, then I feel like you are being antagonistic and you are literally asking for it. That's honestly my perspective. Leave them alone. If someone says, leave me alone, leave them alone. If someone says, stop following me, stop following them. Because eventually, if they then push you, you would then be like, oh, you attacked me. But you coming in my personal space, following me after I told you not to follow me, is you attacking me. At least from my perspective. But don't listen to me before you get in trouble by whooping somebody's A because they came in your face. So please don't ever hit first. Defend yourself. But don't ever hit first. But still, I've just always found that weird. Like people, it's definitely rage baiting. But I think the best thing to always do when people rage bait you is do the opposite. They want a crazy reaction. Just calm yourself down, breathe, count to 10 in your head, deep breaths, and just like do the opposite of what it is they expect. Well, as long as it's legal. Yeah. So Tommy says, let's get the likes to 50, please. We only have 35 likes. Yes, please. Let's get the likes. Oh, she said 40, but yeah, I'm saying 50. Let's get the likes up to 50, yeah. Please and thank you. D. Johnson says, did you all catch that Kimmi was dumped back in her seat by her sister's friends in that yelling scene? No, I did not. I did not get that. I did not get that.
She was like, why you got this energy for me now? And so they almost got into it. Literally. And this is all before stuff started happening. It was just the energy. You know what I'm saying? And so as the conversation progressed, for the most part, I tried not to say anything because my job was to get the two of them to the patio. Mm-hmm. That was my job. I did my job. And I felt like once they sat down and talked, it would work its way through. And it did not. And the 2 times that I feel like it was demonstrated from your side of the camera, Kimmi popped off for no reason. Both times that Kimmi said,
look at Carlos's face. I demonstrated that Kimmi popped up for no reason. You can tell like he was not feeling that one. Okay.
You said to keep my mother.
Okay, Carlos. Carlos does not seem happy.
Fucking name out your mouth. Was because she kept saying, I don't have a problem with Letitia Scott.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If I tell someone to keep my name out of their effing mouth, that does not mean I have an issue with you. I have an issue with you constantly talking about me. So if you keep my name out of your effing mouth, there will be no problems. Like, I don't understand. Am I bugging, guys? Please set me straight. Do you guys think that when somebody says, keep my name out of your effing mouth, that there is beef? To me, if someone said, keep my name out of your effing mouth, I'm like, please, I'm not even talking about you. Please. Like, it's not going to be that deep to me, because I'm not really out here in the business of talking about or getting people's, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I would think about it. I don't necessarily think there's beef. You just don't like me talking about your business. So if I don't talk about your business, there is no beef. That is my understanding of stuff. But then again, I'm a very literal person. So if that's what you say, that's what I believe, right? So I don't know if you guys might think I'm wrong on that one, but let me know. Kimmi, your mouth was running nonstop. Yep, it was. And Nell was like, yeah, nah, you're not about to tell me you will be putting me in a pool. Okay? And I love that for Nell.
She kept saying it over and over. And I was like, well, the simple fact that you say it, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth, would indicate you have a problem. And so I was repeating to her how it was said to us. And those are the 2 times that my voice raised. You can hear.
So those were the 2 times when your voice was raised. Yes, one too many times, hon. Your voice did not need to be raised. Okay?
Hear Tisha in the background. Why are you yelling at us? Why are you yelling? You can hear that. Y'all didn't see all the play up to it, but you can hear Tisha saying, well, why you gotta holler at us? Why are you yelling at us? I took note that Nell didn't think she was hollering at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I changed the question. I changed the question. Okay, say you're not hollering. Am I talking to you like you're talking to me? Like your tone and your disposition? Am I talking to you like you're talking to me? And by then, she felt like me and Tisha was ganging up on her. Mm-hmm. And it couldn't have gone.
I honestly think, like, when someone is having a back and forth with another person, especially if they're going back and forth constantly, right? I definitely think, like, stay out of it. There's no need for you to jump in. There's no need for you to really, like, put your little 2 cents in. There's no need for all of that. Stop jumping in. And that's the thing. It's like you jump in fights that has nothing to do with you, and then you get popped, and then you're upset. Because how is it that this was technically Tisha's beef, but then you ended up having to almost be squaring up with Nell? That could have been completely avoided if she just stayed in her lane and kept her mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Let Tisha handle it as a grown woman. There's no need for you to have to be in between Tisha and Nell. Let them go at it as grown people. You know, if Nell had a problem, she has her mouth. She can communicate if she had a problem. If Tisha wasn't settled with what Nell had to say, she could have said that. Let them go back and forth. There's no need for you to be jumping in. And that's the issue. That's the beef that Nell has with you, in my opinion. Because I'm not Nell, but that's what I think her beef is.
On left faster. It couldn't have gone left faster.
Why do you think she don't like y'all?
You so tough.
Why do you think she don't like y'all? What you think it is?
I don't know, but Dustin, I've never done anything to this lady. Mm-hmm. Like, even on show, off show, I don't talk about her business. Y'all ain't got nothing on me telling her stuff that's in the streets. I've never called her out. She came at me in St. Thomas. I didn't come to her. She came to me. I have no idea. Like, when I say no idea, her and T go back.
Yeah, absolutely. Badger says, even talking to Carlos, why all the demonstration with the hands? You don't like shouting, and you're doing an awful lot of shouting. Yes, that's what I mean. Like, she says, yes, fine, okay, she's not like screaming at the top of her lungs or whatever, but she's been very expressive. And I think that's the thing, right? Sometimes when you're being expressive, it comes across as, yeah, like yelling, when you may not even be yelling. It's just like, I'm just talking, like I'm just passionate about this subject, so it sounds like I'm yelling. And I think that that's what was happening between her and Nell. But she raised her voice and Nell raised her voice. The difference is Nell's voice is louder, in my opinion. But even on this thing, like you said, she's doing a lot with the hand gestures. I speak with my hands every now and then too, so I understand that. But like, it's like even the way she's saying what she's saying, the projection is definitely giving a lot of energy, to be honest.
Back and forth, they make up, they go back and forth, they make up. I don't go back and forth with her. I don't. But anytime I'm in agreement with Tisha, it's like they say we just ganging up on everybody. And it's the whole cast. Anytime we agree on anything, it's we're ganging up on someone.
Then take the lesson. Stop getting involved. Stop getting involved when the other person is having, they're grown. Let them handle business. Stop getting involved. This is why you say everybody is saying that you guys are tag teaming people. People can feel that.
Two opinions is just ganging up. And so that's when it went left. When she felt like it was definitely a gang up, that's when it 100% it went left.
The problem is it feels like you guys are always agreeing, which is very odd because you're individual people. You cannot agree on every single thing. Even people that I grew up with, lived in the same house with, we don't agree about every single thing. So when you're in instances where it feels like you are constantly agreeing about the same thing and constantly agreeing, then it's suspicious. That's just what I feel like that's why I feel like people's heads are hats.
And everybody, Destiny, Trisha, all the stuff y'all didn't see, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, out of 5 people, 4 people were saying like, chill out, like just take it down a minute. 4 out of 5, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I guess we were requiring too much.
I guess we were. I guess we can say we were also requiring a lot out of you, but you did not show up in that way, Mia. Just FYI.
So and it's frustrating for me. The yelling is frustrating for me. Yeah. And I said that out of sheer frustration. And y'all can see I wasn't up in my chair like I'm about to fight. I'm sitting there.
Yeah, but even if you were not up in your chair like you were about to fight, those are fighting words. Like, I don't understand when people say things like that to then make it seem like, yeah, but I wasn't trying to fight. Hun, if you tell somebody if they don't stop talking to you or don't stop shouting at you, you're going to throw them in a pool. That is aggressive. You're going to dump them in a pool, whatever she said. That is aggressive. So no, people are not going to just be like, oh, hee hee ha ha. No. The person would be pissed. Just because you didn't stand up doesn't mean that the person is not going to stand up, because those are fighting words, ma'am. Those are fighting words. So I don't know why she's acting like she's oblivious. She's too old to not know that is, those are fighting words.
In my chair, like, keep hollering at me, because I kept saying, please stop hollering at me. Please stop hollering. I really wasn't like, I'm not fighting nobody. I'm grown. I got businesses. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm frustrated that we can't have a conversation and that everybody's trying to talk over top of each other, as opposed to actually hear what we're trying to say so that we can move forward. And that's why I apologize. Nobody pulled me to the side. Yeah. It ain't nothing in that regard. Yeah. Nobody pulled me to the side and said, Kimmi, you should say you sorry. Nobody said, Kimmi. Nobody.
Because you overreacted. You overreacted. So you have nobody to blame but yourself, ma'am. Nobody to blame but yourself. Kimmi acting like Rasputia Senior, the new Miss Wanda. Hey, Miss Wanda. And Rasputia Senior already called Kimmi a snake. I believe that's what it is, because sometimes the thing doesn't come up. Or is it Kimmi a bird or a snake? Sorry, I don't know, it doesn't really come up very clearly on this platform. So like sometimes emojis, I can't really see it. Is it a snake or a bird? Or is it a duck? Because on the side it looks a little bit like a snake. On the screen it looks a little bit like a duck. That is so funny. So I don't really know what it is. People are on a live from drowning all the time. Absolutely. So you're saying you're going to dunk her or dump her in the pool? That is just horrid. And no, so it's like, of course, I don't know anyone that would be told they would be dropped in the pool and would not get up. Of course I'm going to get up, because I don't know what you're on. But you're certainly not catching me off guard, so I will be standing up. From time to time, she gets up. She's been bringing back down. So she's bringing fighting talk and actions. Absolutely. It's definitely like giving a lot of like fighting words. And you can't then act like oblivious after you have all this like energy and stuff. Oh, yeah, snake. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so it was right. I guess the one on the right looks like snake. The one on the screen looks like a thing I couldn't see. It looks like a bit of a duck or something. So weird.
That was not the case. I had two reasons I apologize. One, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it in that frustrated fashion. I shouldn't.
Listen to what she said. She said two reasons why, she shouldn't have said it in that frustrated manner. How is there a nice way to say I will dump you in the pool? Because if there is, I've missed it. Is there a nice way to be like, I will dump you in the pool, ma'am? No, there isn't. So her saying she shouldn't have said it in a frustrated manner is sending me, because I can't believe she opened her mouth to say that.
Said it, and so I apologize. Two, when she said we were ganging up on her, that was never the goal. I 100%.
So, okay, so when you were saying you were ganging up on her, that was not the goal. I get that. But it doesn't necessarily feel like you are apologetic for what it is that was said. It's almost like you're apologizing for saying it in a frustrated manner. And I'm like, okay, so would you have wanted to say it in a casual manner? And then to say, okay, you don't want it to come, or you wanted to apologize because it came across, stuff about ganging up on her. So you don't apologize for the statement about going to dump her in the pool, but you don't want it to seem like you're ganging up against her. It's like, girl, please, are you sorry or you're not sorry? Lorraine said, if somebody told me they were going to throw me in the pool, one of us wouldn't have made it out. Exactly. Those are some strong words, Lorraine. Strong words. You're not about to tell somebody I'll throw you in the pool and the person will be like, oh yeah, do it. No, absolutely not. Helena says, Kim, we saw the show. Stop lying. I wish one of the daughters was there. Yep. It was, it's definitely giving like reinterpreting the whole thing and trying to so-called give us context that we did not see. Kimmi really wanted to tell Nell she's older than her, but she wants the fans to continue to think that Nell is older than her. Ooh, that is such a very interesting perspective. I don't know what their ages are, to be honest, but let me see. Nell Fletcher versus Kimmi Scott's age. Let me see if ChatGPT knows. Well, it's taking ChatGPT a while, so I'm not sure Chat knows their ages. But it'll be interesting to see if one of them is older. Yeah, it really doesn't show their age, so we don't know for certain. We do not know for certain, but that is a very, very interesting perspective. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that is what it is. It's like it's auntie to you, Nell. Like, oh my gosh. Maybe it would have been his auntie to you. Okay, so let's talk quickly about this whole submission point of view with the Bell Collective. Then we'll move on to the Real Housewives of Potomac news that we do have.
At the same damn time, she was getting to date her ex-husband again. She chose Cedric over Martin. Now, what we saw at the reunion was Cedric wanted to discuss his definition of roles when it comes to the household. Cedric did say that he is the king of the castle and that Marie has to learn how to be submissive to him. And that the issues that arose in their marriage when they were married was that he didn't feel like she was being submissive enough. He felt like she was, being the boss woman that she is. But he feels like I'm the king of the castle and I should be treated as such. Before we hear from Dustin, Kimmi, you're a married woman. What are your thoughts on Cedric's POV?
I think it's a lot of guys' POV. I think a lot of guys feel like because they have.
So, guys, did you get the question? Carlos was basically asking Kimmi about her perspective on Cedric, basically trying to make it seem like Marie was not submissive in their marriage, and basically that's what resulted in a divorce, essentially, right? More or less. So now Kimmi is basically sharing her perspective, and then we'll talk about it.
A member of testosterone, that it makes them by default the head of the house, the king of the house. But at the end of the day, I agree with Marie's take. Like, you got to actually be the head of the house, the king of the house, to earn that submission. I agree with this concept. Like, people probably,
What do you guys think? Do you guys think being the head of the household is something that you have to earn? Do you think that is something that you have to earn the title, or do you think it just
I don't have any problem with submission either, by definition. You can be strong and independent in whatever it is you want to do, but when your significant other presents as the head of the house and the king of the house, then that's easy. However, I don't feel like people who have to ask for submission and people who have to demand submission, I don't think they're doing what they need to do to be that person, because I believe that the king who is
I have to say, I feel like in this particular scene, I feel like Kimmi is saying a lot of accurate things, because I've always found that like the men that are always screaming, she's not submissive, she ain't this, she ain't this, are usually the men who do not show up as men in the relationship. So it's like, if you show up as a man in the relationship, naturally I would submit. Naturally, I would feel safe. So guess what I'll be doing? Submitting all day. So I definitely feel like, yes, I'm with Kimmi on this one. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Put it in the chat. Do you agree with Kimmi or do you disagree with Kimmi? Let me know.
is doing what he is supposed to do doesn't have to ask for a woman to submit. They submit.
I like that take. Dustin, what are your thoughts on the whole?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, if you're the head, be the head. Be about that, right? I shouldn't have to be telling you like, yo, oh, I see you as my head. No. If you function as the head, you do things that make me feel comfortable, make me feel seen, make me feel safe. Naturally, I will submit without even thinking about it. And to be fair, we will submit one to another in different areas, right? There may be an area where I know a lot more, right? And then I'm like, hun, I think we should do that. So you submit to my perspective on that issue, right? But instead, some of these men, they're like, nah, I'm right, even though you're not right. You know, you don't know nothing about stocks and shares, but you want to be the one to invest all the money in stocks and shares. You don't know anything about it. You've not done any research. But then I have all the knowledge, I have all the research, but you don't want to listen because you feel like I should submit. That's stupidness. Well, stupidness is not a word, is it? Stupidity. More like it. Sugar says, first of all, oh, am I getting it right? Sugarsin? Sugarsin. Let me know if I'm getting your name wrong, and please tell me how to pronounce it. I like to try with names. Sugarsin says, first of all, they had a whole meet up earlier that day to discuss Nell, so it was an obvious gang up. Ooh, that is a very, very interesting point. I completely even forgot that they did talk about it earlier. So it was obviously clear that people had planned to have the conversation and everyone knew what they were doing. It's like, it was almost like they had teamed up before and they all had their parts. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. So yes, I think you're actually right. So yeah, there was definitely something discussed prior. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Bajan says Kimmi is 36, born 1989. I ain't say nothing. 36? No chance. No chance. There is no way. Not saying she looks old, but 36, no way. I disagree. But I'm sure I'm sure that's why you said I ain't saying nothing. Super says Kimmi was born in 69, Nell was born in 71. I was like, oh wow. Interesting. Kimmi, not 36. No chance. Super says, I guess she had Jalen when she was 10. She must have. If she's 36, then she definitely had Jalen such a young age. So definitely Google. Google is not correct. Google cannot be correct. No chance. But you guys are cracking me up with with the receipts. Agree with Kimmy. That is so funny. Not 1989. Google lied. Yep, definitely. Somebody's lying. Who do you think entered the information into Google? Those are the questions that I have because I'm like 1989. No chance.
Yeah, so let's break it on down. First of all, you know what I'm saying? I'm so tired of niggas getting on TV making us look bad as men. Okay, Kimmy hit the.
Okay, Dustin. Dustin is like, let me set these men straight. Okay.
Nail on the head when she said that you really don't even have to ask to be a leader, right? It is something that you demonstrate, okay, with your behavior and with your attention to all the matters at hand, and even those that haven't even surfaced yet. Okay, it's called taking the lead. You don't sit up.
Completely, wholeheartedly agree.
On TV with no socks on, leaning in.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Dustin said you lay up on TV with no socks on. Oh my
and
gosh.
repeating a bunch of bullshit you didn't heard somewhere from a nigga on a podcast microphone that you agreed with because it made you feel good about yourself. That's what that was. It was a bunch of goddamn fluff. And you want to talk about being king of the castle? You don't even clean your damn house. If you got a castle, it's trash.
Ooh, no, you don't even clean your dang house. Oh my gosh. Dustin ain't playing. Dustin is not playing with none of these people, honey.
It's fast food cups and paper towel packs and shit floating in the moat. You need to clean the moat around your castle, okay? I'm sick of these analogies. Everybody want to be a king, a this or that. No, be somebody's husband. Be the head of the.
Dustin is emptying out the clip, but he's not wrong. A lot of people want to be princesses. A lot of people want to be want to be on some nonsense, and it's like, hell nah. Bajan says too much jokes in here tonight. I know, and it's not even Friday, so we can't say the people are tipsy, honey. I love it.
The house, like Kimmy just said, and demonstrate that through your behavior, not sitting on TV talking about something with your eyebrows up in the air because you don't even believe what the.
Not the eyebrows, Dustin. Dustin needs to be in time out because he is reading Cedric for filth. Marie, I bet if Marie watched this video, she will get the ick. Because there's no way you can listen to your man be roasted like this and it would not give you the ick. But he's not wrong. That's what makes it worse. He ain't wrong.
What the fuck you saying? He said on that couch, she got to submit to me and come to the head of my household. No, that ain't how none of that works. Marie has a fucking PhD. She's got a fucking PhD. That's a terminal degree course of study. Okay. She's going as far as you can in her field of education. What makes you think that mumbo jumbo, you sputtering on that stage, is going to register and connect with her? And that's why she so eloquently, it wasn't about her matching his rhetoric with anything else fiery. She sat there poised and composed and she said, well, I actually don't have a problem submitting, but you have to lead and I have to respect you. Bozo.
Ooh. Yeah, I fear Marie ate with that because it's like you actually have to be a man and I have to respect you. She's not wrong. But that's the thing. Sometimes when you take a ninja back, I feel like they want to make you feel bad because why are they moving like that? You know?
That's what this is all about. I'm so tired.
He honestly should have kept quiet because like before when his mouth was shut, we all just felt like, okay, Marie went back to an ex. But it's like when you openly try to make it seem like her lack of submission is why the marriage broke down to begin with, that's crazy work. And now everybody is remembering what an a-hole you were and you are to her, even though she seems happy this time around. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Kimmi looks good for her age, but she is 56 years old. Allegedly, because I did not see nothing in the socials to really confirm it, so I do not know. Bachan says she could be AI about this. That's the thing. With AI just moving around, you do not know what is real, what is true. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these videos that they have now with AI where it's like a baby A baby would literally be speaking. A baby would be talking about how tired they are. And those things are so funny to me. Sugar Eason. Ah, Heason. Eason or Eason? Heason. Sugar Eason. Okay. Let me know if I got that right. Eason? Because I think if you meant Eason, then it would have been I. So Eason. Sugar Eason. Okay. Thank you, girl. Okay, so this was a very good run. This was definitely a very good run with the Carlos King interview. Let's just hope I don't get copyrighted, you know, but it's fair use policy, it's commentary, all that good stuff. Please, 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 honey. Tommy says you definitely need to earn the title of the head of the household. I agree with that. Yes. I have to say, this is the one thing that I would say I agree with Kimmi on. If you don't show up as a head, you're not going to be the head. Because I'm not about to put my life in your hands, knowing fully well that you're not, you know, you haven't earned that title. So yeah, absolutely not. Okay. So I can't even say the word let's shift gears a little bit. My goodness, not me being tongue tied about let's shift gears a little bit to talk about some Potomac news. We have quite a bit to talk about today actually for Potomac. Okay. So Gizelle and Robin are addressing Mia getting arrested. So I'm going to play that for you guys and let's talk
about $11,000. Like, what are we doing here?
This is the question. It's $11,000 for crying out loud, guys. Like, why get locked up for $11,000? Like,
Right.
honestly.
Me, a girl, you could have called me. I'd have probably given you $3 for some furniture. I'm just confused. My confusion is, okay, so they're moving out in the middle of the night. Like, how? But my thing, okay, we're talking about $11,000. Like, what are we doing here? Right. Me, a girl, you could have called me. I'd have probably.
That's like, I'm with her. Like, Mia could have even called me. And I'm not Gizelle, right? I'm not being paid by Potomac, but you could have called me. It's like, what is going on, Mia, girl?
Giving you $3 for some furniture. I'm just confused. It's all strange. Yeah. Very confusing, but at the end of the day, it is a crime to steal somebody's furniture. Yes. And I'm sorry that she's, you know, put herself in this situation. Sorry. Are you? I am. What?
Gizelle was like, you may be feeling sorry, but I am.
It's all strange. Very confusing, but at the end of the day, it is a crime to steal somebody's furniture. Yes. And I'm sorry that she's, you know, you thought about it and you decided to commit a crime. and now you feeling sorry for her? I don't. Okay.
Gizelle is like, I do. Gizelle does not like Mia one bit. And Gizelle, baby, I hope you never get arrested because you seem to have a lot of energy right now, my G. A lot of energy. And I hope you never get arrested. So please continue to be on the up and up because the people that will drag you if you get arrested, Gizelle, you will not be able to handle it, ma'am. So please do not get arrested.
I feel that whatever's been going on you thought about it and you decided to commit a crime. and now you feeling sorry for her? I don't. Okay. I feel that whatever's been going on you thought about she got a divorce. They lost their business. She got a divorce. She left, you know, town for a man, you know, which kind of like ended up being the demise of her on the show, which I think she probably had planned to be on the show for. She got a divorce.
Yeah, I do agree that like it's clear that a lot has been going on with her. So I definitely get that, and I definitely have empathy for her on that level. But I do think like it's like, okay, girl, where are we at then? What does that then mean? So I don't know, man. Still, I'm just like, oh, people just stay away from stealing, man. But I'm also, but either way, I still have empathy for her because I would never laugh at anybody getting arrested for doing anything wrong. Unless it's like, well, even no matter what it is, I would not be out here laughing because it's never a funny situation, to be honest.
They lost their business. She got a divorce. She left, town for a man, which kind of like, I actually just give the people their furniture back.
That part. That part. Like, what? Give them the key to the storage facility. Or, girl, just bring it back.
Yeah.
I would have that furniture and that TV hooked up so fast. What?
I actually just give the people their furniture back.
That part. That part. Like, what? Give them the key to the storage facility. Or, girl, just bring it back.
Yeah.
I would have that furniture and that TV hooked up so fast. Where's Bobby Valentino in all of this? Does he have furniture? Anyway,
I don't think she can fit it.
He has children's furniture.
Fun size.
He has fun size furniture. Children. Where's Bobby Valentino?
So yeah, I'm just like, well, I don't know, man. Now I did see that Mia has finally been like she finally, I guess, spoke up a little bit. It was her birthday recently, so she did wish herself a happy birthday. She said reborn, recentered, refocused, year 41. May it be soft, wealthy, protected, and intentional. I hope so. Oh my god, and someone said and unincarcerated. Oh, people are wild. She probably took this before the arrest. People are wild is the and unincarcerated is cracking me up. That is hilarious to me. Unincarcerated. People are hilarious, not gonna lie. But this is another thing that was seen. Allegedly, Mia was spotted on a poolside on her birthday. Now, I'm looking at this place, and this place doesn't look like a hotel. It's giving like a random motel. Let's see. Yep. Motel pool. That's what it looks like. Like I see motels because I've never been to a motel, right? But I see motel in movies, and that's what it usually looks like in the front. And so I'm quite shocked that what would Mia be doing at this kind of motel for her birthday? She must really be going through hard times. Like, I guess the Real Housewives of Potomac check is no longer clearing, and so she needs the money. But I don't know what it is, but it's not looking good, honestly speaking, because why would Mia be in a place like that? So yeah, definitely something needs to be done. Maybe she needs to go back to Atlanta and hopefully try to get her job back. Maybe with the incarceration, Bravo might reach out. Who knows? Maybe Bravo will reach out and would be ready to like give her another opportunity. Hopefully she can stop lying. Give the world a break from her lies. Okay, let me share this tab. Now, look at Monique. Look at how gorgeous she's looking. Please look at her man. Her man. That man looks happy. He looks proud. Monique looks happy. Monique is definitely given, I am wealthy, I am healthy. He's a good looking man too, with a good head of hair. She's definitely happy. When you're over there, you're making a recording and then you're showing your man, it's definitely given, I'm happy, I'm living good, he's taking good care of me. That's what is given. Is the fact that she manages to keep her hair looking so neat a lot of the times. I have locks. And I'm just like, my locks don't be looking like that all of the time. To events, yes, but not all of the time. So it's very interesting that he's always doing all of that. Oh, someone just put something in the comments that is giving me pause. Sweetie said, is he divorced? Girl, I thought it was divorced. I saw a comment that said, so two divorced ex-co-workers found each other. Why is everybody confused? Let me look. I think he's still married, boo. Oh my god. Then somebody said no, the ex has come out and said they're not together. Okay, fine. Okay, so the ex has said they're not together. Okay, fair enough. So I guess maybe he's not officially divorced but going through a divorce or something. Um Someone said she's so happy Chris isn't sweating on top of her anymore. Oh my god. This is so mean. Let me see what the comments are saying. Oh my gosh. She carried his heavy baby, so they're even, I guess. Oh my god. The people in the comments are so wild. This is so wild. I'm very happy for people to find love in these hard streets. Yep. So Jake, social media believe at least he has a type. It looks like she has locks too. Maybe separate, or maybe it's not locks. I can't see the picture well. Maybe separated or divorced due to a woman claiming to be his wife, not posting about him since mid to late 2024. Wow, so they were married for 15 years. Wow. So I guess they're no longer together. Eesh. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Why people are laughing at her is because she went online chatting about Wendy, and now look. Exactly, you're right. That is so true. Thanks for reminding me, because I remember we talked about it earlier, but yes, you're right. Of course, people are not feeling Mia because you were laughing when Wendy got arrested, and look at you. Like for 11,000 worth of furniture, at least with the Wendy's, they did it for substantial amounts of money. For you, it's like 11 grand. What are you thinking? From the time she chucked her drink on Wendy, I was like, nah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. But where let me get the rest of my links. So let's talk about Gizelle and Robin being in a court battle with Eminem. You heard it. Eminem. Literally. Can you believe that? Eminem of all people. Freaking Eminem. Like, if someone had told me that I would be covering a story about Eminem and freaking Giselle and Robin, I would be like, impossible. Why? What would the correlation be? But now it's like, here we go. So, Robin and Giselle filed trademark for their podcast Reasonably Shady in 2023. It was opposed by Eminem, who felt it was too similar with his Slim Shady nickname. So Robin and Giselle tried to file a trademark for Reasonably Shady in 2023. Eminem opposed them. His trademark is Slim Shady. I don't think it's that similar. Slim Shady is different from Reasonably Shady, but let me know what you guys think. Because I know, of course, they also don't want names that are too similar, but reasonable and Reasonably Shady and Slim Shady, I don't know. Especially if they mean different things, which they do. So I personally don't think it is that similar. But let me know. Do you guys think, put a 1 in the chat if you think the name is too similar. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't believe the name is too similar. So if you don't believe Reasonably Shady is similar to Slim Shady, put a 2 in the chat. If you believe it's too similar, put a 1 in the chat. All right, whilst you guys do that, let me continue reading the story. Robin and Giselle are now growing tired of receiving the runaround from Eminem regarding a court date for the hearing, as Eminem and his team have yet to agree on a court date, despite it being despite it being court ordered from the United States Patent Office. The two reality stars also say it took 2 weeks to solidify a 10/29 court date, also a 29th of October court date, and we're told by Eminem's lawyer, getting our client to commit to a deposition is very difficult, and we suggest that you take the opportunity when you can with him. That is crazy. It's like, okay, so whenever he's free, sure, but we don't care about your availability, just whenever Eminem is free. That's wild. Eminem's lawyer also told Gizelle and Robin that he would show up at 2 p.m. and it needed to be finished in 2 hours. The ladies feel that this seems to imply that we should be grateful to depose Eminem when he is available, even if that is only for 2 hours. Yep, that's exactly what they're saying. Eminem's counsel, take it or leave it, approach shows lack of good faith. Yeah, I get it, but maybe Eminem is just busy and they're just like, please, let's just get it out of the way. Um, Both Giselle and Robin objected because their vendors work normal business hours, document states. Furthermore, counsel refused to agree to a short discovery extension. Eminem's lawyer has not made a good faith effort to make Eminem available for a deposition, nor has Eminem's counsel shown good cause as to why Eminem cannot be available for one day for at least 7 hours. The pair of reality stars and entrepreneurs concluded. Yeah, I think like if Eminem is really that bothered about them using reasonably shady and trying to trademark reasonably shady, then show up, do the deposition, right? Like, but you not showing up is not okay. You can't just continue to drag it out since 2013 and want everything to be done on your own time. That's wild to me. Eminem's lawyer responded, this is even though Eminem offered to continue the deposition as late as was necessary on the day to accommodate the later in the day time, Eastern Standard Time. Dixon and Robin's refusal to cooperate and insisting in filing a motion over a 3-hour start time difference highlights that Robin and Dixon's pursuit of deposition is designed to harass and accuse the duo of rushing to file the motion instead of cooperating with Eminem's schedule. I wonder what would happen with that moving forward. Do you think, like, I don't know who's going to win this one because yeah, it does have shady in his name, so it's like Slim Shady, but at the same time, it definitely means different things. So I don't know if the court is going to think it's very, very or way too similar. But I guess there's one thing that we'll have to see how that plays out soon enough. Okay, so we have some clips to go through really quickly. Since you guys are not really watching Married to Medicine or interested in Married to Medicine, I might leave that for tonight. Or I think I only have one clip for that. Maybe we'll watch that clip. Mia from yeah, we've already done that. Sorry, just checking my notes. Okay, let's watch this. So it's definitely given that Quad and Simone are back to the fighting. Oof. Oh my god. This is gonna be a toxic season because what's happening again? Say Quad and Simone need to pack it up. We are tired of the fighting. You guys either settle it or don't settle it, but you guys don't have to be friends. Just stop with the drama. Toya was like, definitely not Quad. Oh, Toya definitely knows how to keep the people talking, honey. Toya is so funny, not Quad. Even the way she's speaking, that's why I said when I said I feel like Quad is so performative. Even the way she's speaking sounds performative. It doesn't sound like, baby honey, is that your real voice? Is that your real voice? If it is, then sure, okay, I stand corrected. But I don't remember you sounding like this in the first season. So, Simone, if you felt like you got the invite so late and you were given 2 hours to get ready, why show up? You could have said, no, I'm not going. Yes, you decided to show up. So that's on you, ma'am. You could have set the boundaries as to, no, I'm not going to do that. But you showed up. Ooh. Contessa ain't wrong. Contessa's face in that clip looks hilarious. She's like, what the hell? What is going on? Mm-mm. Simone said it was a joke. We drag each other. Okay. Simone is like, I am not taking responsibility for this. You drag me, I drag you. Okay. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I just feel like the quad and Simone beef is overplayed. It is tired. I need Married to Medicine to tell them they better become friends or squash it or shut up. Put up or shut up. We don't want to hear it anymore. We don't want to see it anymore. We are tired. We have had enough of the back and forth. We have had enough. Enough is enough. And so yeah, that's where I stand with that. Enough is enough. Please leave it alone. Give it a rest. Right? And I still think that she comes across very, very performative. I stand on it. I think she comes across very, very performative. I don't that's just where I stand on that. I don't enjoy Quad, if I'm being completely honest. But I also don't enjoy Simone screaming either. So I guess it's fair point on both sides. We'll have to see how things play out between both of them, but it's probably not going to end up well anyway. I saw some clips from Jazzy's wedding. It looks like the people were having fun. Like, it looks like the people were having fun, giving us dances. Okay, Jazzy. Okay. All right. Looks like the people were having fun. Oh, Jazzy looks happy. Okay, he seems all right too. Let's hope he stays faithful. Jazzy looks pretty. As I look at him, all I can think about is the guy with two dreads. Mm-mm-mm. Luckily, he definitely has more than two, but it's still funny to me. Oh, mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I'm definitely happy for them. I love the veil. She looks pretty. But yeah, honestly, I just prayed the man stays faithful, honey, and no more babies, unless it's a baby with you. Okay. All right. So let me share this. This is a sneak peek that has just come out of Angel versus Wendy. I haven't watched it yet either, so I'm going to be playing this, and we will see. Not Giselle saying you got smoke for Wendy. Giselle is definitely the one pushing the storylines this season, honey. She's like, you have smoke for Wendy. Let's address it. Like, she doesn't know you to treat you right or wrong. Like, Angel, what are you doing? Okay, so Angel feels like Wendy is dismissive. And look at Kay's head. Kay is shaking her head in unison. Exactly. It's like, Angel, you're the one that has an issue with Wendy. Wendy does not seem to have any issue with you. She seems to just be moving on with her merry life and moving on with her life, not really even noticing you. You're the one that still has beef. How many episodes later about the same freaking thing? It's like, dude, what is this? Wendy ain't wrong. It's a one-sided beef because she does not have beef with you. You have beef with her. Different. But Angel is a beautiful girl, though. She looks really good here. No, Wendy saying, I can tell what you were thinking before you started talking. It's like, girl, Wendy's like, I'm not going to let up on you. Do you hear me? I don't blame her because Angel is like, girl, this is unnecessary. Look at the people's faces. Tia looks confused. Giselle is just like, ugh. Exactly. If you saw me, why couldn't you say hi? And I love how Wendy said that. It's like, your mouth ain't hurting. You know, you have your mouth just as much as I do. So if I don't say hi, you say hi. Use that mouth of yours and say hi. And now she forgot to address the catfish comments. Now look at Ashley stepping in to remind her of how she forgot to address the catfish comment. Ain't that hilarious? Like, what are we doing? Exactly. Stacey's right. How did that come from Wendy? It came from Giselle, and then all of a sudden, Wendy is being blamed. And this is why I feel like Angel has probably just always had a hate and beef for Wendy, even though Wendy does not even care about her. It's like Wendy doesn't even see you, honey. So I don't know where this beef is coming from, but it's not looking good on you, babes. So now Giselle is having to say, no, I said it. Like, imagine Giselle having to defend Wendy. I know Giselle and Wendy are settled. Well, you can tell Giselle still doesn't like Wendy. Yet, Giselle is actually out here stepping up to say, no, I said the comments. That's ridiculous, Angel. Thanks to production for replaying it for us because it's definitely given like, are we confused or are they confused? Exactly. So it's like Giselle's literally out here being like, no, I said it. Like, imagine having to step in to be like, no, I said it. Because like this person just wants to have beef with you. That's crazy to me. Someone said, Angel gotta learn how to check people in the moment. It's 5 episodes later. Let's go. Yes, that's the thing. She has delayed reaction to everything. And it's like you have delayed reaction, you forget exactly what happened, and you want to check somebody about what supposedly happened. It's like, let it go, sir or ma'am. This is embarrassing to watch, especially Kay being loud and wrong. They had nothing to say when Gizelle said, I did it. Wendy is right. It's a one-sided beef. Angel is draining. It's hard to be friends with people like her. Agreed. At this point, the only thing Kay's bringing to the table is good skin, a pretty face, and nice teeth. Wendy and Stacey are the tag team duo that we needed. Yup, Angel wants to have a problem with Wendy so bad. Let this be her last season. Absolutely. Angel girl, get out the ring. Angel got me wanting Robin back. All jokes aside, they should bring. This woman is determined to have an issue with Wendy, and Wendy could not care less. Yep, completely agree. That's the thing. Kay just has beef with Wendy. I don't know why, but she does not like Wendy for whatever reason. It's almost like, you know, when you feel like all your attacks towards someone else was not sticking and not one stuck. I feel like that's the issue that Kay has. And she's trying to get one to stick, but it just ain't sticking. Because I just don't understand the beef that Kay has with Wendy. And so that has also now trickled down to the beef that Angel seems to have with Wendy. It's so weird to me. There is another thing that I saw about Candice sharing her thoughts on Mia's arrest, but I think we can talk about that maybe tomorrow or maybe tomorrow. I think if enough stuff comes for us to talk about, we'll come back over here and talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, guys, I am tired. So thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the session as much as I enjoyed it. Thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. Sweetie, thank you. Bajan, thank you. A beautiful mod, Tommy, thank you. Super, thank you so much. Sugar Eason, thank you so much. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss people. Lorraine, thank you so much. D Johnson, thank you so much. Tyreshan Hershey, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone, even if I didn't mention your name. Thank you to everyone who was engaging in the chat tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming in and showing up. Thank you so much. And yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving for anyone who is celebrating Thanksgiving. I hope you have an amazing time. And truly enjoy yourself, eat well, spend time with family. I hope it's everything that you want and more. Also, I don't know if you guys have heard about this whole Danish swindler, whatever it's called. If you guys want me to watch it and talk about it, let me know. Maybe we can talk about it, or maybe that's also something to take behind the wall so we can really break it down. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll speak to you guys very soon, probably tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Bajan. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sweet Tay. Thank you. Enjoyed our show. Yes, you're always welcome, Sweetie. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful evening. Super. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Are you celebrating Thanksgiving, Super? You celebrating? Let us know if you're celebrating. It'll be nice to know the people who are celebrating Thanksgiving, so we know who to come to for the turkey. Thanksgiving turkey. Where's the Thanksgiving turkey going to be at? But yeah, thank you to every single person for that. And for those who haven't hit that like button, don't be stingy with the likes, honey. Please hit that like button. I really thank you and appreciate you. Replay gang, thank you so much for going back to listen to the video. Please hit that like button. Also subscribe, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And turn on your notifications because we do go to live quite a bit. We go on live quite a bit recently, but sometimes it's not planned. So make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so you know when I go live. So Super is celebrating Thanksgiving. Okay, if we come back tomorrow to talk, then maybe you'll tell us what you did for Thanksgiving, or Friday you tell us what you did for Thanksgiving. Anyways, everyone, have a wonderful night. Good night, everybody. Speak to you guys later. Love.